extra tough conditions this morning. Oh, there's a bait getting chased. Oh, just got bit. Just get bit off by a blue. Are you kidding me? Oh, fish on. Fish on. What just happened? Whoa. That was cool. Oh, it's a bass. Damn. I thought I just got bit off. What is happening? Sun is coming up. That's exciting. Wow. This bass just hit really close. It's all green. Well, good morning, everyone. That was an unexpected catch. Ugh. So we're getting going here. I'm using the really tough conditions this morning. Wow, so I think that the blue came up, bit off the tail, and the bass must have seen an opportunity to eat that purple shad. That bass saw an opportunity to eat the purple shad. Oh, little porgy. I think what we should do is just go to another spot or try like the bay or something. Not sure. Kind of running out of ideas. I might just try and catch some porgies today and eat some porgy for lunch. Really difficult fishing. Well, there is porgy, which is good, and that can be fun. They're not going to be around for very much longer, so maybe we could do a porgy episode. Porgy catch and cook. Porgy pizza. This looks like a little on the edge, being too small. So we're gonna let this one go, even though I think that is a keeper. A little too small. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's the one we want. Look at that rod bend. Incredible. That's the one we want. That's lunch right there. Nice. That's what we're looking for. We should just throw them on ice. That meat gets so soft if you don't throw them on ice. I think I might keep this. Pretty good match hatch in my opinion. That was in its belly. Little, was that bay anchovy? Just got a really nice weak fish at one of my non-YouTube spots. I can't show this spot, but yeah, it's a nice fish. I'm pretty excited right now. Peace, buddy. Dude, I'm on a huge weak fish school right now. There's a huge school of these fish. I'm just catching like one after the other after the other. I wish I could show you what I'm doing right now, but I just don't want to. Oh, Bob's Rock had fish on it. Is he in the rock? I think it's in the rock. Dang it. It went in the rock. Are you kidding me? You went in the rock? Are you the rock? Ooh, sea bass. That's what we're looking for. That guy went straight into the rock. Are you the rock? Are you the people's champ? That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Come on up. Oh yeah, they are here. They come here every September. That's their thing. I wait every year for these fish to show up in high numbers. And they're always about 15 inches. Can never get that keeper. No matter how hard I try, I just never get it. Yeah, those line rollers. Well, epoxy jig kind of saved the day. Wow. There's a lot of them here. Man. Yeah, they come here every year. I don't know why they're always undersized, but I can never catch a keeper. The same thing every year. Well, I think that's gonna do it. I feel like we didn't really learn very much in this video. It's just sort of like just catching fish, and I try and put some kind of education in these videos always, but I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna go cook up these fish. I haven't eaten fish in like over a month, I think. So I think what we're gonna do is go back to my spot and I'll fry up the fish, and then maybe we have a conversation about just like some of the best lures that you could use for the fall run, which is about 2 weeks away. Sweet tea's up. Let's go over some lures real quick. I'm gonna be frying up some fish, but let's just talk about lures here for a second. Fall run is kicking off, and I would say the next week and a half, 2 weeks, end of September is like a pretty good, you can say the fall run's going on basically October 1st, I would say. So there's this transition period that happens every year where you kind of have like a mix of bluefish and albies and mackerel, and the striper kind of start mixing in between, and that's typically going to be a 70 Fahrenheit to 60 degree transition zone that you'll see. So if you pay attention to those water temperatures, you're probably going to see a mix of those fish. But once the water hits about 60 degrees, I would say, to 45, that window of the second half of the fall run, pretty much all bass. So I would say I kind of split this up into two piles. This is going to be the mix bag of when everything is between 70 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit, where you're going to get a mix of the albies and blues and bass. Second half, I put all of these together, which will pretty much cover you for the bass for the rest of the fall run. Every single lure here will catch fish, I promise you. These are all confidence lures, all of them catch fish. I would say pay attention to the hatch. It's mostly going to be peanut bunker, anchovies, rain bait, you could call it. But when it's like that, I have found these little epoxy jigs to really match the best. And I've had sessions where the bass won't touch any big lure. You throw one of these tiny ones in there, you'd be surprised you can get like a 30-pound bass on a tiny little lure. I've done it. Tiny little lures, because it matches the hatch. And all these colors work. The shrimp, the albicrack, the silver side, the bay anchovy, the white one. And then if you want to get a little heavier, they make heavy minnows too. There's their tins are just a little bit heavier. So epoxies and tins are really going to be your friend the entire time. They always match peanut bunker. You got the crock spoon. Shout out to Johnny, forgive me that. Then you got your Castmasters. Somebody asked me about the tube Castmaster. I was using that for the blues because the blues really like that. But the bucktail's your friend. You really want the bucktail trailer. I think that's going to be, that's the best in my opinion. And then, so that's going to cover like your mid water column to your top water column. But if you're trying to like bounce bottom, I would really suggest the bucktail jig. And the bucktail jig can work the entire water column. It's just if you're trying to like bounce bottom, which is where a lot of times the bass are, I would do a bucktail jig. And color wise, I would do white, pink, and chartreuse. Those three colors. And if you do midday or night, I do find the black ones work really well. That's the only one I could find. But so then you're going to start getting into a lot of blitzes at probably like mid-October. That's when top water gets really, really fun. And I used to be pretty bad at the spook, but I've found that it crushes once you get confident with it. So Zara, Hedon, Blast and Bass maybe, this one. There's all kinds of companies that make them, but basically what you're trying to do is top water walk the dog with these lures. It's going to cover the top of the water column. And then if you're trying to work kind of like that 3-foot zone of the water column, something like a slider or a sinking SP minnow would work really well. This is a Hoagie slider. The pink one works great. The albicrack one works great. The clear one works great. And then you got the mag darter.
When the blues are heavy, like the chopper blues, right? Those huge bluefish, the Mag Darter crushes it. And I don't know what it is about the way that this lure moves, the erratic motion of it. It kind of like does a bit of like a tumble motion too. They go nuts for it. So I would definitely keep a Mag Darter in your bag too. Let me know if you have questions about any of this stuff. All right, so then once the water temperature starts to dip low and it's just bass around, you can really start throwing soft plastics. I mean, you could throw soft plastics when the blues are around or whatever, but you're just gonna lose a bunch of plastics. When the albies are around, albie snacks are great plastic for them. Just throw it on a jig head and work it erratically. Zoom Fluke, it's an excellent lure. It's more for like finesse presentations. So working, if the current's really slow, this has a ton of action to it. And it kind of has like a glide motion to it. And you just want to switch your jig head depending upon, you know, the depth you're at. So I find like 1/4 ounce, 3/8, 1/2 ounce, 3/4, 1 ounce, 1.5 for fall run plastics. That'll pretty much cover you. If you're trying to do deep water, you know, maybe 2, 3, 4 ounces, but should cover you. 6th Sense makes these ones. I found these to work really, really well. I think it's called Divine. I haven't really caught too many fish on the gold one. I just wanted to show it. These colors, I can't remember what this is called, like Shiner or something. Most of them will work. Zoom Flukes, we talked about those. Those are great. Elias V. Shad is an excellent lure. He's also a YouTuber. And there's a lot of different sizes of these. I would say towards the end of the fall run, you're gonna see a lot of adult bunker. When the adult bunker move around, big plastics are your friend. You really wanna do big plastics, big paddle tails. It'll really drive the bass nuts. But that's when the blues move out. You're gonna lose a lot of plastics. Kitex are excellent. Another plastic paddle tail I would suggest. Hobie makes pre-rigged plastics. I don't know why it's in a Ron's case, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Nice. I think that this one, I can't remember what color this one is. This one is silver, black silver, I don't know. Anyways, you can get pre-rigged soft plastics if you don't want to rig them yourself, or you can get a jig head and just do it your way. You know, whatever size makes sense for what you're doing. Just make sure when you rig it, you're rigging it straight. If it's up like this, right, when you rig it, fish ain't gonna hit that. You really want to have your plastic either straight or hanging back on a little bit of an angle. It makes a big difference. Last, I want to show you is the Rons. If you're in fast current, this is an excellent lure for doing absolutely nothing. You literally dead stick it. You just drop it down, reel up in whatever column you're at, or whatever desired water column you want to be at, and you just let it sit there. You can dead stick this in a rod holder. It'll catch huge bass, or you can work on the bottom too. Let me know if you have questions. Happy to answer. I just wanted to show you like the confidence lures that I go through, and I know a lot of other people use these lures too. These will all catch fish. All of these lures will catch fish the entire fall run. So if you're not catching fish, honestly, I think it's operator error. You might want to just, I don't know, change your retrieves, change your speed of retrieve. Just mix it up, because if these lures are not working this fall run, it's an operator error. Something's wrong. So good luck this fall. Let me know if that helped you. I just felt like we were catching fish after fish today, and we weren't really learning anything. So as much as the products can get a little heavy with marketing, it is nice to know. And with the epoxy, sometimes you can throw a trailer on the back. This is a Ron's trailer. So, you know, if you have questions, happy to answer. Thanks for watching. Peace.